And kaboom! Good afternoon, Earthbound Super Series, and welcome to the loser round, rather bonus round of the Earthbound Super Series Spoiler Cave Tournament. On our left, Flyeaglesfly72. On the right, InsaneFalcon33. And the person in the commentary booth today, me, Leslie Pro. It has been a bit, and for this particular tournament, our runners ahead of time get access to a spoiler log. They are going to be using this log to plan out their route to guide us at the end of the game. And leading off, we are running on floor 1. As usual, to start, and we got a bit of a divergence right here. Insane Falcon gonna go for the money while Fly Eagles Fly. Well, I'm sorry, you found the full heal, but you can't go down the hole. Reason being is that in the Earthbound Ancient Cave, those holes are labeled bad hole. So there is no point in going into them. So Insane Falcon getting a slight bit of a lead here, but is going to check a shop. So we'll see what we find here. Good weapons, but a bit early for that, unfortunately. So far from what I can gauge, Insane Falcon is staying on the intended floor 1 path. And unfortunately, that special thing is way out there, well, wherever Master Belch may be, probably on a much later floor. Meanwhile, we've got Foresight on floor 1. Our runners could, in a typical race, would be checking with the Hitman to see what boss is what. I can tell you there's at least one doozy in this seed. I will leave it at that. Looks like Fly Eagles Fly is consulting the spoiler log for something which our runners are allowed to do in a spoiler cave, so they can see where to go and what major pickups are nearby. And it looks like Insane Falcon found a boiled egg. Decent food recovery item, because in the absence of psychic points, in the event this turns out to be a rather resource-starved seed in terms of PP, food items can be very clutch. That hasn't changed. But what is about to change is the floor that Insane Falcon is on, as he's going to take on Escape Punk. Now, if you let this enemy linger, it will call for help, as it just did right there. But with the move setup that Insane Falcon had and some good RNG, through to floor 2. Mr. Baseball Cap, a nice piece of head equipment, although it is +1 from the regular baseball cap, it sells for $99, so still a good pickup. And enemy beaten, that's a scripted encounter, so whenever that room shows up, that enemy will always be there. And beating it, good way to get some levels. And unfortunately, you can't kick the rope down. That would be nice, but nope, game doesn't work like that. So now it's floor 2 for both runners. And Fly Eagles Fly is on the right track here, Northern Scaraba. But Insane Falcon does have an experience advantage. And there's the boss list on Insane Falcon side. Floor 4's boss is Starman Jr. That's the farthest I've seen him personally. On the flip side, by that point, we should have plenty of methods to deal with that particular enemy. Now, one thing the spoiler log doesn't show is what shops are what, so it'll be up to the runners to check them individually. Flyeaglesfly might be in a bit of trouble here, because these enemies are dealing all sorts of damage as Insane Falcon finds the save and full heal. Watching this fight intently as Flyeaglesfly gets the win. Oh, that Starman up there tells me that parts of Fire Spring are on a very deep floor, be it floor 8 or floor 9. And that's a zip gun that Insane Falcon's found. And Flyeaglesfly is about to fly with the Flying Man. Actually, I think that there's something about that that rhymes. Or fits. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, Insane Falcon has found Tucson, and normally you would have to go through 18 different doors to find the correct one. But in this seed, because we know Tucson is required to an extent, we know we have to be here, and we know which door to take. Certainly some good skip items that could have been picked up there, but Insane Falcon deciding to pass. It's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off for him. With it being floor 2 for both, and ooh, we got an eraser pickup in the hype room, and an auto Star Master. Ooh, for floor 2, that's a very good hype room. And now Insane Falcon about to plan out his next move while Flyeaglesfly is looking at the shop and being a bit underwhelmed. Taking the save, which is advised, and Dr. Andonut's Lab is one of the best saves to take in the game due to the full heal in case you get bopped. Gives the slingshot to Jeff on Eagle's side. This is interesting. Falcon opting to go for a path that is not quite on the required path, but that means there could be a skip out this way. And I believe that's what he's checking on the spoiler log. So, with Eagles now having the floor 2 zip gun, the slingshot's going to get passed around as well. And now the Falcons have to play the Ducks. Oh, wait, wrong league. As a sports fan, I can make these jokes. And the Eagles beat the Ducks. So it's looking to me like Eagles is having to deal with more encounters due to the simple fact of having to, well, didn't fight the required enemies, so has to go back and fight more enemies as a result. And Falcon appears to have taken the backwards version of the backstage pass skip. 1 second, let me see where this is. Falcon gets a pretty sizable level up. Did lose a party member, though. Meanwhile, it looks like Eagles is on the same track. That's a... Or is he? Picks up a great charm, that helped. So that skip was a skip to floor 6. So they passed Starman Jr., which is nice. It looks like Eagles is 1 second, folks. So, little info grab here is that by not taking the warp, we've got Eagles on floor 2 and Falcon on floor 6. Although Eagles did just pick up a T-Rex bat. That is some very nice offensive upgrade for Eagles. Also, shoutouts to that enemy that's stuck in the wall. Apparently, clipping did not work there. Falcon does find a full heal, though, to get the party back to full. With the Magic Camp Bat as well, another nice weapon to find. Plus 80 on the attack. Nice. Love to see it. Now, what I didn't see, did Eagles check the Mock Pizza Tucson? Because that was the location of the hype room, and that had some really good stuff. Foster is a one-hit KO, while the Spider on Falcon's side, done. And Eagles versus Frank. Which is still a simple fight. So up next for Eagles will be floor number 3. Both of our runners, each of these pauses is a check of the spoiler log, by the way. Good level up there for Eagles, while Falcon is in Saturn Valley, surveying his options. Eagles picking up a fry pan. And that barely was a surprise attack for Falcon, as I swear that was pixels away from getting ambushed. Also, game, I'm not sure I would consider Lardna fluffy unless it was the bot. That's about it. And Eagles currently in Brick Road. The encounters you see in the maze where it's just one enemy, those are all scripted encounters that are, well, they're not scaled to your current location. As Falcon got ambushed, I swear, those bugs are very tough to see at times on certain spots, and I think this is one of them. At least I know I have trouble. Yes, I wear glasses. Eagles picks up a dropped cracked bat. I don't think he's gonna need that. It's like, 'cause if that's a guaranteed drop, then that's on the bottom end of guaranteed drops. If you want to talk a good guaranteed drop, how about that 100% bag of Dragonite drop from Fobbies in my Earthbound Ancient Cave race as part of SNES Superstars earlier this year? Fun times. Meanwhile, Eagles picks up a Guts capsule. This increases the frequency of smash attacks, which is always nice. Eagles picked up a kebab. That's a pretty solid food item, especially at this point in the game. And Brick Road checks tops out with a silver bracelet. Solid defense to start early. Eagles now in Moonside. There's a number of checks here, but a number of them also require using the Warpmen to get to as Eagles comes up with a big league bat. That's a nice find. Nice offense. Always a fan of that. It looks like Eagles is going to take the warp circuit here on this third floor moon side. Cold remedy, yeah, probably don't need that. Oof, Mammoth Burger, good recovery item. Also, thing to remember in moonside rooms, yes is no, no is yes. Is that is just how Moonside rolls. If that's confusing, well, then try it out next time you play Earthbound. I do believe Eagles passed through the upper floor of the library without seeing the NPC that had to run to the toilet. Which is too bad because that's one of my favorite memes of this community. And Falcon, instead of fighting the boss, which I believe that was the end of floor 6, is going to turn in the Tiny Ruby. Floor check this real quick. Central Onet. That's floor 9. So in 2 skips, we've got Falcons on floor 9 with Eagles on floor 3. I think Falcon wants a relatively cleaner enemy roll than this, which in Ancient Cave, good luck. You'll need it. However, Falcon also has PK Starstorm on his side to help deal with anything extremely nasty. What doesn't help is that dealing with those hieroglyphs, that one will cast magic such as thunder and flash every turn. It's annoying. This could be a troubling encounter for Falcon because no means of dealing with PSI damage. This could be a party wipe unless things turn the right way. Uh-oh. Yep, that's a party wipe. Gave it a good effort, but the game said no. So now Falcon's going to have to find his way back to floor 9 as there were no saves. And he's also going to need a full heal. Meanwhile, Eagles is at the end of floor 3, and Falcon is back in Winters, so same level 6, I think. No, back farther. I think this might be all the way back at 2. Nope, it's 6. Now Eagles taking on the floor 3 boss, the Insane Cultist. Worst thing this enemy can do is call for help. Nothing too threatening. And now on floor 4, Eagles is going to check to see if the skip from behind the Topola Theater and 4 side is worth it. Leads floor 9, so if he were to take it, he'd be in a good spot. He decides against it though, and instead is gonna check out the second floor of Dungeon Man. Two Fobbies for Insane Falcon, not the worst combination you can get on a floor 9. So now, level-wise, Falcon is around the ballpark of looking for PSI Shield Sigma. Now, the spoiler log does not say what level what PSI move is learned at, so there may be some grinding involved as a result. But the more, well, the more the merrier. As Falcon finds a Kraken soup, well, that's a full heal for 3 of our party members, so that's a good find. And then picks up a heavy bazooka. Now that, damage-wise, is the equivalent of a super bomb every turn. So DPS for Falcon is looking really good, and is going to pick on a Starman, which, if you're going to fight enemies on floor 9 without the best equipment, well, best to fight him solo. I am watching levels as Falcon levels up. No PSI Shield Sigma yet, as far as I can tell. And Falcon finds a C pendant now. In terms of late game equipment, you want at least one C pendant at the minimum, and you want that to go on the character that has prey, because otherwise Gygus can instantly one-shot you with PK Flash Omega, and that's just the game deciding you're dead. And that can be a run killer for sure. Falcons mark the exit mouse. Anytime you mark the exit mouse on floor 9, it generally means one thing. You've either found Gygus or you've found a full heal. That is a skip that Falcon's not going to want to take an ATM. Bit late for that. Or is it? Gonna pull 12,000 just in case. Jules is checking the spoiler log. Now, Eagles is... It's all good. Eagles is about to step into the Lost Underworld. Might be checking the presents or gift boxes there to see if there's anything worth it. And it would really have to be worth it in order to justify spending any extra time going through there. Now, it's worth noting that it would be worth at least stopping at the Red Fountain above the Tenda Village, because that it will restore a fainted party member. While Falcon is picking up star pendants, yeah, that's really set on defense. Because, I mean, offense is fine and dandy. It puts fans in the seats and whatnot. It's the defense that wins championships and takes out Gygus. So that hot spring restored the HP and PP of active party members. It is the red one that will restore nests. And if Flyeaglesfly wants to go through in terms of progressive, well, basically progressive world order in terms of the levels, you'll have to have Ness alive in order to take on a Shining Spot boss. The only time that that's not a thing is in Earthbound Ancient Cave Seed, where Ness is not in the party. You just go, go, go. Though Eagles does pick up a night pendant, which is a good find because that's flash resistant. I believe Falcon might be checking for the way to go to Gygas, but there are a couple of items of concern here. Psychic point wise is not looking all that great. Hit points aren't looking that great either. So this might not be a bad time to grind for levels near a full heal spot, in my opinion. And I just noticed from watching Eagles that the prey character is going to be Jeff. So in Seeds, where you have access to both a Rabbit's Foot and multi-bottle rockets, complicates things. Because you're basically forced to switch over to a Seer Star pendant at one point in the fight. Great job on getting that back attack for Falcon. Conducting spirits are no joke, especially in Ancient Cave, because I swear every time I run into him, it seems like something rolls different that makes him nasty, but that's not the case today, as this one rolled down on HP. Eagles is just going to walk out of the Lost Underworld, which I can't say I fault that strategy. However, with two fainted party members, I would consider full healing. Unless he was trying to get rid of enemy spawns, which would make a lot of sense. And this is why I don't like messing with conducting spirits, because they can cast some nasty stuff, including flash and thunder. In fact, that was a thunder gamma. And with that hot spring, Eagles has everybody back up and running. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to use the phone inside Tenda Village too, in my opinion, because you're right there by the full heal. In case something goes wrong. Falcon going full AoE effect, unfortunately does not take out the soul-consuming flame in time, so as a result, the party is taking an absolute beating. That is a pretty gross enemy combination. Eraser is getting rid of some stuff. Inventory management being a very key component in Earthbound, because each kid at maximum only has 14 inventory slots total. Then for Ness, you take the ATM card and the Soundstone into account, and he's down 2 item slots right away. For Pooh, the only other character that is down item slots due to a key item right away, it's to the Tiny Ruby. That one can be... that one you get a skip for. The 2 that Ness get, those are hard required. Insane Falcon is pulling out the heavy bazooka here. Does not get a good damage roll, however. But that's a rule of thumb I have with a heavy bazooka in Ancient Cave. Unless Jeff has a really good weapon like Gaia Beam, I'm using the heavy bazooka every turn. It's basically, you really don't have a reason not to. Outside of maybe menuing, which I can understand, but gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, I just did a quick look to see what path Falcon needs to take to get to Gygus, and this hotel room at Hotel Onet is on that path. Okay, makes the call to use the cup of life noodles there. He must have seen what I saw in the spoiler log, that he's close to Gygus, so he's taking the hotel heal and the save and making the journey. Okay, those stats right there they're passable, but he has to be leery about a first turn beta, because a first turn beta can easily take out party members at this rate of health. Falcon's either registering a name or a meme. Zapper 200 HP? Question mark. And the hype shop only has teddy bears, which isn't bad actually, because those serve as dummies, for lack of a better term. Now, spoiler logs don't have the enemy HP information or any other enemy information for that matter, other than the boss at the end of each floor. Still, I was very surprised as well to see a 200 HP range conducting spirit. So I'll look it up afterwards. That's probably a... It's probably like a 500 plus HP enemy that rolled down towards the minimum of the range, and that doesn't happen very often. Meanwhile, for Falcon, here's Gygus. Now, Falcon does not have Psychic Shield Sigma. Sees that, opts to reset. There are strategies you can use to still defeat Gygus without Psychic Shield Sigma. In the last tournament, on the seeds we played where Paula wasn't in the party, a common strat that would be utilized would be to brain shock Gygus on phase 1. It's an interesting strategy, and you have to be ready to heal constantly, and there's a lot of RNG involved in that strat, but it is a strat that can work. As if Rockin goes to Gygus' side, the damage bounces off him, hits a party member, and damages Porky as well. So, that being said, for that strategy to truly work, you got to be on your A game with the healing as well. But I don't think Falcon felt like he had the resources to try it. That is understandable because that is not an easy fight at all. Oh, Eagles gets ambushed. This has become a grind fest for Falcon, which is necessary to learn Psychic Shield Sigma, as you're going to have to grind for it. He is chaining green swirls nicely. Eagles using a healing beta to clear poison off of Pooh. That's a freeze gamma learned by Pooh on Falcon's side, which is nice, but that's not the move he was looking for. And now, floor 4, a big moment for Eagles as he's going to have to take on Starman Jr. and hope he's got enough DPS to take this fool down. Oh, wait, he still has this big bottle rocket. He should be all set. Gonna opt for Thunder Strats here. And Eagles did not... Okay, got it through without having to use the BBR. He had the DPS. He's on to floor 5. Let's go. Oh, I looked it up on starman.net, and conducting spirits in vanilla roll to about 500 are at 587 HP. This one definitely rolled down towards the high 200s. That's all I'm going to say about that. So right now, Falcon grinding for PSI Shield Sigma and getting some stats along the way to help as well. Wait, 242? That's got to be towards the absolute bottom of the HP range. Because I know with the HP shuffle, the range goes for... There's a floor and a ceiling. I'm fairly confident that that's towards the floor of the range. And even so, I ain't ever seen that particular enemy roll that low before. Do 16 damage for freeze, not quite enough to get it done. And unfortunately, that's one of the pains of using auto fight, is that sometimes when you want Ness to attack, he's going to try and heal. And Ness is paralyzed. Now, the only fixes for paralysis are a healing gamma, doctor, or the floor's full heal. And thankfully, speaking of healing gamma, Falcon has that on Pooh. And it is worth noting that with this being bonus bracket, winner goes on, loser is done. Now Eagles gets to type out a meme as well. Wait, what? Oh, I know where he's going with this. He's referencing pro wrestler Billy Gunn, who, amongst of the many gimmicks he had in his career, included being known as Mr. Ass. Although, to me, Billy Gunn will always be known as the guy who entered with, "Oh, you didn't know? Down, down, down. You better call somebody." Also, doing that without peeking on the mic is not very easy. And Eagles is going to do the pizza skip here. And right now, the NPC is not getting out of the way. Well, Falcon now at Gygas. I'm going to assume he did pick up a PSI Shield Sigma here. That will help, but that's not the be-all, end-all, because he needs stats. And Eagles, I think that went backward for one part of it. The other part, I think that went back towards the beginning. So unfortunately, when you try and take skips, they don't always work out. Okay, Falcon starts with an alpha. This is best case scenario here. I didn't see if that worked, but if it didn't, okay, whether it worked or not is irrelevant here, because Orky was solidified. That stops him from charging into a party member, which would be a likely KO, and that's a good thing, because otherwise that would have been a KO. Gonna cast Fire here with Paula to try and probe for a fire weakness. I wouldn't use that too much because you do have to take psychic points into consideration for a Gygas fight, and fire was half effective, which isn't terrible. Paralysis not working out for Falcon. I think he's going to ditch the strat and try and just go for DPS here. A bottle of deluxe water, good find for Eagles, but he's rapidly running out of time here, because if Falcon can power through Gygas, then that'll be the ball game. And that's the hamburger skip that Eagles has come across. Sorry, the Mammoth Burger does not count as a hamburger. A double burger does, but not the Mammoth Burger. I don't quite understand that myself, but it's just the way the game's coded. In vanilla, too, I might add. And there's the paralysis, finally. on Falcon's side. It's not a musical robot. That's a rather deadly musical robot that fires bottle rockets for music. Now, Falcon's got to be close, but he's in a bit of a spot you don't want to be in with Gygus. Having no shield before a turn because Gygus could cast a beta, and that could be problematic. Alpha, not so bad, depending on the damage roll. Ooh, that's still dicey. And through the phase. Now on to phase 2. Falcon is, let's see what happens here. That's Thunder. Now, this is where you really want to focus on keeping one healer plus your prey character alive because of that Thunder. Brain Shock strat's really good here, I might add. Freeze seems to be pretty effective in this phase as well for DPS, but Starstorm's where it's at, in my opinion. That Gamma did do about as much as a Starstorm typically would, so keep at it, is what I say. And that's phase 2. And at this point, okay, Jeff got the prayer off before the brain shock, otherwise that would be a wasted turn. So by brain shocking Gygus here in phase 3, you get a little bit of extra RNG that gets rolled, as the attack can either go towards you or Gygus, and the move could be either fire, freeze, flash, or thunder. The one you don't want to see would be thunder, if you don't, especially in a seed like this where you don't have a Franklin badge. Because the Franklin badge is how you reflect lightning. And Eagles is at the end of floor 5, taking on a Robopump. The attack pattern of a Robopump is set. 3 turns, throw a bomb, then replenish a fuel supply. Albeit a fuel supply that is not good for the environment. Seriously, kick big oil. That's all I'm going to say about that. Nice crit. At least the first Thunder missed on Falcon's side, which we can assume would have gone for Paula, because Thunder will take dead enemies and allies out of the equation. Now, Eagles on 6. And that thunder completely missed, which means it either targeted the party and went for Paula twice, or it targeted Gaius. It both times and double airball. Not that that matters, but anyway, Falcon's got 2 prayers to go. It's only really one. I'm not even gonna say it, but there's not too many scenarios. Oh God darn it! I had to mention the possible scenario and even hint at it, and the game's like, yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm going to charge myself with commentator's curse right there. Last healing game requires 20 psychic points. At 12, that is a reset. Eagles still has a chance, but honestly, I'm going to take the blame for that as commentator's curse. The one scenario that could have stopped Falcon happened. A thunder that double targeted Jeff. Like, that is just some bad RNG, and I cannot believe I started to open my mouth. Yeah. This is why you don't jinx it in the commentary booth, because that's how these things happen. Anyway, Gaius round 2 for Falcon. Eagles still has a bit of time to pull this off, but the clock is ticking. Another reset for Falcon, that time because the RNG said nope. Eagles weighs his options, and now he's going to go for the or is he going to go for the floor 9 skip? No, he's going to look around. That is Starman Deluxe. You can, but should you? My vote for that is no. Okay, this is the more sensible play here. Get the Tiny Ruby out of your inventory. Oh no, Pooh's fainted. Can't turn it in. Oh, you hate to see it, folks. That is a character restricted skip, and without the right character alive, you gotta hope you have a couple life noodles or something. And to that, no dice. So Eagles is gonna have to fight the boss begrudgingly. Falcon does get a first turn paralysis this time around. Now takes on a lethal ass Pyroglyph as the floor 6 boss. With a skip to 9 right there, I would honestly consider trying prey strats to at least have a chance of a Rainbow Light. Because with Rainbow Light, Pooh would be revived and you'd be off to 9. Lethal ass Pyroglyph is beaten. So now the floor setup is getting closer for Eagles, is now starting 7 with a scripted encounter. Oh boy. Uh-oh, Bottle Rocket hits Paula on Eagle's side, and that's 2 party members down. Gonna have to use the big Bottle Rocket here. And gets out of there. And unfortunately for Eagles, cannot hide out in the bathroom to escape this. That's another game. Nothing valuable in the chest, and no means of revival, but a brain food lunch wouldn't be a bad idea to pick up in this scenario, but opts not to. Now, what makes a brain food lunch so good is that it restores a large chunk of HP for 3 party members, 300. Ness and Paula also get 50 psychic points on top of it. Whereas if Pooh uses Brain Food Lunch, it's a full HP and full PP recovery. Definitely worth it, in my view. And this could be trouble for Falcon, as Pooh takes both of the lightnings, barely gets the character healed up with auto fight, but now gonna have to recast Brain Shot. Ness goes down on Falcon's side in phase 2. Not the worst thing that could happen, but at this point in the game, yeah, probably not what you want to see either. And on Eagle's side, this enemy Pitbull attack slugs. These roam deep darkness and are quite strong. Eagle's not picking up Starstorm out of the Mock Pizza Hype Room on floor 2. Definitely coming into play here, because that would really help speed this up. But thankfully, the Pitbull slugs didn't roll anything excessively nasty, or else that would have been a long fight. Phase 3 now for Falcon. Does get the benefit of Gygus entering the phase solidified, so a free prey off the top. And free shiny coin for Eagles. Talisman coin, that's pretty good. There's a full heal for Eagles. Lily put steps more specifically. This combination of enemies on Eagle's side, one I personally don't like going against, as it is a Robopump plus an enraged fire plug, which can attack the entire party with one move. Two prayers to go for Falcon. And this time, Pooh has enough PP in the event of a worst case scenario. So I think Falcon will be fine here. And it was a free turn for roll number 8. That's time. Get your GGs in chat for Insane Falcon, who has finished first place with an official time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, 52 seconds. Yeah, that was some bad luck there. That was like, I ain't ever seen that type of RNG, and I shouldn't have said anything. I kind of blame myself for that. But anyway, we are now joined by the winner, Insane Falcon. GG. Well, let's just say Guy just wanted to make things a little more interesting towards the end. GG. I'm not hearing anything coming through the mic. Well, Eagles gets over the cold, does a nice little duck dive, dip dive. Yep, I hear typing. Can you hear me, Falcon?
Finally, it's working.
Ah, tech trouble. I know that feeling all too well. Because I've had that
Yeah.
for about several months.
Yeah, sometimes my microphone just disconnecting like this. Yeah, I really love the double thunder on Jeff right before the last prayer. Wait. Can I get to the credit, please? Don't know what my game is doing right now. My keyboard doesn't work, doesn't want to be recognized. Oh, maybe I need to click here. No. I can't get to the edit yet. To the edit screen, I mean.
Oh boy, don't tell me, don't tell me the thing's deciding to, oh no. This is what we call technology just having a bad time.
Yeah, I need to swap up devices and to disconnect my gamepad, and it doesn't work to be recognized on the emulator anymore. Somehow, some way.
Hey, this is what we call the tech troubles. Welcome to what I had to deal with over the past couple of months, folks. Anyway, you played this seed fairly well, I'd say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
our restreamer says, don't worry about that, gameplay doesn't matter at this point, so if you can't get it, you can't get it. It's no big deal.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah,
So yeah, the way that seed played out, there was two key things that separated you from Eagles in this seed. The
yeah.
first one, you picked up the Auto Star Master out of the hype room, which was Tucson Mock Pizza in this seed.
Yes.
Plus, you took the skips, the first 1 to 6, and then 1 to 9.
Yes.
Eagles is playing this seed straight up without warping, and I tip my cap to that because that is, with or without a spoiler log, that is extremely difficult to do. As he's about to enter floor 8.
Yeah, I can see that. My stream decided to work finally, so I can just chill and see how it does. Yes, also one big thing that was about the run. Level 36 Pisachit Sigma, gotta love it. Losing 10 minutes of farming.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were going to do about that, because in the last tournament, when they were using the challenge flags, one of the flags that could have popped up was no Paula. And we had a few seeds like that, so having to figure out how to beat Gygas without Paula was definitely interesting. Wound up being brain shock strats more than anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta say this. Did that entire shop in the desert roll vanilla?
Can happen.
I can honestly say that that's something that might be the first time I've ever seen that. At least as far as this tournament's concerned, because typically with shop randomization, you do not see that at all.
Yeah. That is quite the odds.
Quite the long odds, especially knowing how deep this game's item pool is. So, thoughts on the seed overall?
Well, I found my route very quickly. I was very surprised to see Auto Star Master on floor 2, so I was like, okay, it's by the path, so I can take it. So I didn't find a Franklin badge on this seed either. I don't think there was one. I would have definitely attempted to grab it if it was on the seed. And did Eagles forfeited? Not yet. Now he's watching the map. Okay. Also, I was able to see the full hill on floor 6. I was looking for that because I had so much time, and like I found my route pretty much in 5-6 minutes. So I had the rest to get a first knowledge of how which route I will be taking on floor 1, 6, and 9. Not 9, and quite a little bit of 6. I saw the Magnet Hill full hill with the magic and bats, so I decided to take it. Then I was thinking about farming to 9, because at first when we go to 9 we don't really fight there because enemies are just way too strong here. But coming into Onet, it was kinda like floor 8 enemies with like a floor base and the hieroglyph. So that was very surprising to see, and some XP to take. And also, yeah, the 200 HP zapper like made me love so hard. That isn't normal at all. But yeah, that is good farming, and yeah, for the rest, resistant Poké, of course. Yeah, so this is one more reason why if I didn't grind out the Pizza Sheet Sigma, I would have like no way to get past past the phase 1. And yeah, Pooh was also the carry. Had a lot of Psychic Point, Star Master, Freeze Gamma, and Thunder Gamma, and also Healing Gamma, which was a backup plan if in case Jeff died by Double Thunder. And that's about it about the seed.
Now, about the conducting spirits. I looked to see what their vanilla HP was, because I was like, wow, that's because of how low it was.
Yeah.
In vanilla, they have 587 HP. You were taking them down with like a 242 damage total, roughly. I'm not sure what the HP range is for enemies offhand, but what I will say is that had to have been towards the floor of the range, if not at the very bottom of it.
I don't know.
Yeah, you think you've seen it all, and then something else like that pops up.
That was really lucky on that part, because I remember taking like having to use like 2 or 3 phrases beta in order to get rid of one of them. I used one, I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't think anybody was expecting that between myself, our restreamer, folks watching. That's just the nature of Earthbound Ancient Cave randomizers. When the HP gets shuffled on enemies, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Although typically, conducting spirits make me extremely nervous. Thankfully, they worked out in this seed.
Yeah. And also, Barry used the Flash Beta and never actually killed Ness. It's funny to see that Ness actually never died without pendant through Flash Beta. Because I've faced
that's starting to sound... Ness dying to Flash Beta, that sounds like one of my playthroughs as a kid. That's how far back my memory goes with this game. Yeah. Okay, so later tonight we have got at 9 o'clock on this very channel a very much a heavyweight bout between Temple and IQ. You guys are gonna want to watch that for sure, because those are two of the best right there.
Yeah. I can't remember when it is happening through my time zone.
What is your time zone? Just curious.
French, so Central Eastern Summer Time. Yeah, it's in 2 hours from now, so it will be at 3 a.m.
Oh boy, that would be really burning the midnight oil in that regard.
Yeah, no, and I have work also tomorrow, so...
Hey, I feel that pain. Eagles does pick up a C pendant as well as a moon beam gun, which in terms of Jeff weapons, that is the second strongest.
Yeah, Floor 8 had a lot of stuff I saw on the spoiler file. And also one thing to note is that I've realized that Onet was the very beginning of Front 9. And I was like, okay, then I'm sure, because I saw that there were 2 star pendants on the way to Gyges, so I was like, there's no way I missed them, so I can just do a straight line to Gyges. Once I feel ready up and farmed a bit enough. Lately, through my practice run, I've been always having a Pola missing Pizza Sheet Sigma, and had to reset immediately.
Yeah, the RNG of this game is in general, is a finical beast. And in the meantime, we do have to cut this short and wrap it up here. Thanks for coming in for the interview, Falcon. Very much appreciated. And chat, Feel free to follow both the runners, Flyeaglesfly72 as well as InsaneFalcon33. They both put on a heck of a show for you tonight. Feel free and give me a follow as well if you feel so inclined. As I play a lot of randomizers, including this one. And Insane Falcon, any final thoughts as I give you the last word, as you got one more round to play at the minimum? All right, so with that, we are going to join Fly Eagles Fly on his end, courtesy of a raid, as we got to bounce out of here. Much as we'd love to stay here through to the end of this, we got to take off. So, for our two runners, Insane Falcon 33, Fly Eagles Fly 72, and everybody behind the scenes at Earthbound Super Series, I'm Leslie Pro. Stay kind, stay safe, and stay hydrated. This summer's been rough. And with that, so long, everybody. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so it's always nice to be able to get into the swing